has it been for you as a parent raising up your children with autism? Has it? I suppose it's been a challenge, hasn't it?
From other parents. The first 4 years, certainly, I felt more of... I feel terrible saying this, but I think I felt more like a carer than a mum. Yeah. It's only the last year things have got easier, and I feel like more of just
when was the first moment that you realised that your children probably have got symptoms of autism, and then when they were officially diagnosed?
Do you know, with the twins, I didn't see it until the paediatrician actually told us. And even when she told us, I still thought, no, she must be wrong, because I thought autism was something bad or something negative, and my children were just perfect, and I was like, no, she's wrong.
But why did you end up going to the doctors? What was the initial thing that you and Paddy noticed?
Yeah, it was the speech. When I went off and researched it, and of course she was absolutely right.
So when you say speech, were they late to talk?
Yeah, so speech delay is quite common. The twins were non-verbal until they were almost 4, so that was quite a big red flag. But for me, I just didn't see that as a problem. No. I just thought that's our children.
That's the thing, isn't it? That's the worrying thing, that lots of families will carry on without realising that it's a problem. Yeah. In my community, the Asian community, they really don't talk about it sometimes. They don't talk about it. Yeah, they really don't. I'm not just stigmatising the Asian community.
No, but there are adults who live with it, and their kids don't even recognise that parents have got it.
They'll just say, oh, well, they're just a bit slow.
I'm always still surprised, even on social media, I get so many parents saying, how do you talk about it so openly? Because I really struggle to talk to family about it. And I just think, well, you know, a lot of autistic children grow into autistic adults being completely non-verbal. If no one can speak about it, they can't speak for themselves sometimes. Only we can do that as parents to help.
But do you think the reason why families don't talk about it is because it's an embarrassment, or it's a shame, or it's some sort of, well, my children aren't
I don't know if some struggle with acceptance. For me, it was
But it was never that issue?
No, it just makes sense to teach people about this condition, because that's what's going to help my children when they're older. The more people that understand about it, that's what's going to help.
And how did you and Paddy deal with it then? Because obviously just having twins, you know, is a handful anyway. Your new parents...
Having Paddy's a handful.
Well, you had 3 kids before the younger one arrived, obviously, no. But how did the two of you deal with it? Was there a moment where you just thought, oh my God, this is us now, like, you know, we've got a bigger job on our hands than we thought?
Well, it was when they first got diagnosed, and we went and looked into it, and we were like, wow, this is a lifelong condition. There's no cure. There's nothing that's going to fix it.
We don't know what causes it either.
We don't know what causes it. So, you know, I felt like, am I going to be this full-time carer forever? But actually, it has got easier. They've done a lot of speech therapy. They have sensory play therapy, occupational therapy. They're just doing so well.
And are they very much aware themselves of what they're going through?
I don't think they know. Right. I don't think they're aware. And it's something that we discussed recently, is when do you tell them? Or do you tell them? Do you wait for them to find out?
How old are they now?
The twins are only 5 and Felicity's 2. So we're not sure if that's something we wait for them to...
But like the 5-year-old, when the 5-year-old goes to school, is it a boy or a girl, the 5-year-old?
So I've got twins, boy and a girl,
do they get any special kind of treatment? I just wonder at what point they realise that they're being singled out.
Yeah, we don't. That's something I question all the time. So they have one-to-one support at school.
Right.
So I suppose they do stand out slightly from the other children. They might know that they need more support, but I don't know, the school's just so wonderful, and I think the children accept them just as they are. There's other children similar to them there.
And one of the things that you always, you know, people talk about the autistic spectrum, don't they? That people are, you know, a lot of people might be at the one end and some people are extreme. Have you and Paddy talked about it in that way, and where the children might sit on that? And
well, yeah, when you go through the process of getting your children diagnosed with autism, you're usually given a bit of a rough idea where they are on the scale. Ours were both quite moderate. In saying that, they're completely different, and that's the thing with autism that is quite interesting to me. I am fascinated by it, that you can have the same condition and have completely different
and do they show
symptoms.
affection? Because I know that, I mean, we've got it in our family, and one of the issues is parents not getting very much of that touchy-feely affection back that you expect from your own children.
Yeah, so again, they can be completely different. You can have some children that are over-affectionate and it's too much, and they've got no awareness of other people's boundaries, and then they can be really quite you might think they're quite cold, and that was more like Penelope was like that. She didn't want to be held as a child. She didn't like to be comforted as a baby. She just, even when she was upset, she was almost worse if we cuddled her. Now she's brilliant and she loves the cuddles.
And are you worried a bit about Felicity at all, or have you recognised anything?
Yeah, I'm not worried about her now. Because I understand it now, it's not a worry to me. She's really happy, she's healthy, but she is still showing signs. Her speech is brilliant, but she tenses a lot with excitement. She walks on her tiptoes.
That's one of the things.
Yeah, she'll line things up. She's so intelligent, and that definitely wasn't from me or my husband.
Oh, leave it alone.
Now, tell us about the Twinkle Ball. Is that the charity
Twinkle
Ball?
Ball. So that is, of course, in honour of our children, and it's to raise money for the National Autistic Society.
How's Paddy doing on Celebrity Juice? I mean, is he enjoying it? Is it good for you?
Oh, honestly, I think he spends more time with Lee than he does with me at the minute. He loves it. He absolutely loves it. And he's doing Top Gear as well, so he's with Freddie a lot. But yeah, he's just living his best life. He's surrounded by men. He's having a laugh.
And he comes home to you.
Exactly.
I know, the lucky
man. Well, we wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Well, listen, thank you very, very much. I got to say, I love your and Paddy's sort of Instagram posts of sort of... you're ordering Sunday roasts, I've noticed, which is great.
Yeah, because we don't have
that's
time.
That's a thing.
We
I didn't know you could do that.
very, very rarely sit and eat together.
Yeah.
So we order a Sunday roast in.
Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing.
I mean, I can cook a Sunday roast. I'm just saying I'm not lazy. I'm just busy.
Yeah. And just as a final thing, just on the autism thing, obviously that's why, you know, you're very passionate about it and everything. Yeah. Nobody really knows where it comes from. Do you and Paddy have a view on it as to...
I think there is a genetic link there. I think we've both got little traits. I'm not saying we're autistic, we're not. But I think, yeah, it's being looked into. I think it is hereditary.
So you and Paddy feel that you recognise a little bit of yourself in the kids?
Yes, certainly. The more I've looked into it, I really struggle with socialising, which is something quite common with autism. Even our children still struggle to communicate. But yeah, my social skills are quite poor, believe it or not. The food, the beige food, I'm very, very fussy and tend to like things a bit plain and dry. But yeah, I think it's in a bit of both of us.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's an interesting discussion, isn't it? What, the origins of autism and where it comes from. Now, we've got a statement from the National Autistic Society, and they say many experts believe that the pattern of behaviour from which autism is diagnosed may not result from a single cause. There is evidence to suggest that genetic factors are responsible for some forms of autism. Scientists have been attempting to identify which genes might be implicated in autism for some years. Now, if any of the issues raised here affect you and you'd like to know more, you can head to our website, itv.com/GMB, and go to the link for the National Autistic Society.
Christine, gorgeous to see you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks very much.